Hello, we are going to talk about the reaction that causes the sun to shine bright like this in the mornings and the red around and the beautiful sunsets that we all see every day. Boom. And now this entire process is called, for it to cause to be like this, it's called nuclear fusion. Now what is the hottest thing in the atmosphere? You don't know? Space? It's called the sun. It is a mass of incandescent gas, a gigantic nuclear furnace. Have you heard the song? Well, listen to it. Just like the song states. Now, you may not know anything about astronomy, stars and galaxies, or the sun in general. But it is time to catch you up on information about a huge process in the sun called nuclear fusion. Fusion in the sun is the process that powers the suns and stars in the sky that we can see outside, shining, creating that beautiful view for a sunset. Now, for the sun to shine bright in the mornings for a beautiful sunrise to take pictures for, it has to go through this process. Now, there are many layers in the sun, and the inner layers are core, radiative zone, and convection zone, and the outer layers are photosphere, the chromosphere, the transition region, and the corona. Now, fusion occurs in the core of the sun, the main circle right in the middle, the nucleus. It is made up of 70% hydrogen, 28% helium, and the rest are other metals, elements as well. We get its mass from Earth's orbital radius and period, Kepler's third law. Core energy generated by nuclear fusion is at 15 million kelvins in the core. Now, the process that powers the sun and the stars, it is the reaction in which two atoms of hydrogen combine together or fuse to form an atom of helium. In the process, some of the mass of the hydrogen is converted into energy. The easiest fusion reaction to make happen is combining heavy hydrogen with heavy hydrogen to make helium and a neutron. Mass itself is a form of potential energy. Now, there is a difference between fission and fusion. Fission is when a larger nucleus split into smaller nuclei. And fusion is when the smaller nuclei stick together to make a nucleus, the opposite of fission. Now, when the process of fusion occurs, hydrogen turns into helium at a very high temperature, more than we can ever bear. I mean, look at us, we can't get near this thing right here, otherwise we'd burn ourselves. This process includes hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and helium. And without the sun, keep in mind, there would be no light, no life, because the sun is the main source of the reason why we stay warm, have heat, energy, and honestly stay happy, because without the sun, we'd be depressed. Now, it is the middle-sized star that we all admire and love and are grateful for. Now, the force of the gravitational force that causes all the mass for is at an inward direction. Thermal pressure in the outward direction to reach hydrostatic equilibrium, which causes the fusion in the core to react at its proper way. Now, it could be too cold to where a tiny pellet of frozen hydrogen is compressed and heated by an intense energy beam, such as, like a laser, so quickly that fusion occurs before the atoms can ever fly apart. Can you imagine? Atoms, the smallest thing. We're all made up of atoms, but it can do it right before it. Tune in next time to your next episode of The Sun. Ba-dum-tsh.